Oh my gosh, it doesn't love me, don't love me. What is up, you guys? It's your girl Cache, and I'm back again with another video. And in today's video, guys, we will be doing our first story time. It's just time to do a story time, guys. Like it's just time. Anyway, before I get into the story time, I'ma just need y'all to go ahead, smash the like button, click that subscribe button if you're new, because I know a lot of you are new, that YouTube tells me. So what are you doing? I figured in this video I would do my first story time, because you guys don't know, in my YouTube banner thing, like when you go to my channel and like says like makeup vlogs, story times, I've done a bunch of makeup vlogs. I haven't done a story time. You know what? Why not start with the first of all story times? If you guys see me doing this, it's because I'm trying to show you guys something behind me on the wall. Right there. Yeah, it's right there. So this right here, this like little picture frame with the little words and little illustration and everything, that's actually what I'm gonna be talking about, because that is actually illustrated. Okay, the drawing is not illustrated by me, but I'm actually the author of all of that. In the video, I will take my little camera and I will show you guys it and everything that it says, and I will link below what else it says, because I'm not gonna read it all to you guys. Just know your girl got published by New York Times, and that is exactly what this video would be about, the time I got published by New York Times. Okay, guys, I'm back and I got my drink, and you guys could just go ahead and thank me. This is pomegranate lemonade, the best thing ever. It's so good. Well, guys, I'm wearing baby fat. Took some pics for the gram, so you guys will see that later. But anyway, we're gonna get into this video, the little story time. How many times I say, but anyway, we're gonna get, it's something. Anyway, I got published by New York Times my freshman year in college. A lot of people don't know that, because I really kept it under wraps. It wasn't something I was blasting on social media, because it was really something that like I was able to just, I don't know, soak in for myself. My close friends knew at the time. Family obviously knew. A lot of my family knew. And it was something like that. I did put it on Twitter though. However, I did not put it on Snapchat or Instagram, because I just feel like, you know, when it's like the wrong time, because I feel like my piece was about people. I feel like a lot of the people at the time would have seen it as like me talking trash. If you are given the opportunity to be creatively loose, able to write whatever, you're gonna write whatever. You're gonna write what you feel. You're gonna write the truth. You're gonna write what's real. And that's what I did, and that's what got me published in New York Times. And how many of you guys can say you got published by New York Times when you were 18? I'll wait. Exactly. So I feel like now, going into my junior year of college, this is something I definitely need to share with my subscribers and basically everybody, because a lot of people don't know. And it's actually still on the site. I actually have my computer right here. I will be going back and forth, because I have the original up, like literally from 2018, which doesn't seem that long ago, but guys, it's about to be 2020. Like, we're halfway into 2019. So anyway, I do have my original copy up, and then I do have what was published, because they snipped a lot. They weren't being shady though. They just snipped a lot because they just didn't have time. It's understandable. So anyway, I think it was definitely around Valentine's Day. I will never forget when this happened. It was definitely around Valentine's Day, because it was like a romance piece, everything. And I don't know if it was a professor or if I just got a random email. So I was on a listserv. I guess it was English listserv, but I really don't think I was declared an English major back then. My freshman year, I did not know. I knew I was declared media and culture. Now I am English. This is what pushed me to be English. I was on a listserv. I don't know how this email got to me. It was something about the lines of New York Times is looking for college campus writers. You should submit it here, something, not personally to me. It was just like a general thing. And I was like thinking like, oh my gosh, like how cool would that be if like I actually got like, you know, published by New York Times. Like, who doesn't want to say that? Like, that's something I say on my resume to this day. Like, your girl got published by New York Times. It was around Valentine's Day. They wanted college kids to send a piece in about like college life, about college dating. What's outside of the box is your dating life in college. And that's something I definitely did not want to write about. And I definitely bit the bullet and I did it because this is something that my parents were going to read. This is something my grandparents were going to read. It's like something like outside of the box, y'all. That's what I decided to write about. I decided to bite the bullet and write about college dating. Because why not? You know, why not? My college experience at that point had been very toyed with. Like, my head had been really messed up, y'all. Like, at this point, I'm not gullible. But I did let a lot of people, like, just, like, play me. Like, I got played, y'all. And I know everybody get played. It's, like, happens to the best of us. But I had never gotten played the way I did in school. So I was genuinely confused. So I genuinely wanted to write about it. And when I got this opportunity, I was like, I mean, what's the odds of them like publishing it and everything? I wrote about 2 guys. I wrote about, I had names for them, guys. I have my original. So what I originally called it was College Dating 101, but what New York Times ended up calling it, which I'll link it below. They ended up calling it the 3 stages of hanging out, because I made a reference to that, and I guess they like really liked it and they just wanted to run with it, which is like totally fine. You know what I mean? Totally fine. So I called the first guy Flake. I literally started off my thing. I'm looking down at it. So I literally started off, I was like, if you honestly think college is the time you find your Mr. Right, no, it's a bunch of Mr. Right now. So it's literally how I started it off. It was so funny. And then I talk about this one situation I was in. Mr. Flake is what we'll call him. That's what I called him in here. So no shade, but I called him Flake. There was this guy. I mean, I don't want to like, it's weird when you're like doing this public social media stuff. Like, you really can like not ruin someone's reputation, but just ruin how people look at somebody. And I don't want to do that to anyone that I was involved with. I just want to tell my story. So there was this guy. Yeah, he lived in my dorm. And it got to a point where like he would like always like, you know, just text me at late hours, "Are you up?" And I'm just like, yeah. And it's so weird because I literally was watching Grownish at this time. And Aaron was the guy at the time that would be texting her late at night, "You up?" And it's just like, so literally you catch on. "You up" is just basically a sad excuse for guys to ask you, "You trying to hang out at this hour, my dude? What do you want?" Just like obvious. Like, you know what I mean? Like, at this hour? Okay. He said, "You up?" And I was just like, yeah, I would always say yeah. My naive self, I always said yeah. And we wouldn't do anything. We honestly would just chill. So, but it got to a point where like, whenever it came to like us hanging out in other places when it wasn't in the dorm, it just wouldn't happen. It was always in the dorm. So I started calling him Flake because a lot of times he didn't follow through. And then the "you up" text turned into "you got any water?" Because me and my roommate, our fridge stayed stacked with water bottles. And I feel like once he started like saying "you got any water," I just was like, yeah. But sometimes I would really be studying. And you know when you're just studying like on your computer and then you see a text and you respond really fast, not even like thinking anything of it. But his "you got any water" text, your "you up" text turned to him literally just overstaying his welcome. Not overstay, but literally he would be there so much. And it got to a point one time I felt so bad because my roommate was clearly bothered with the fact. And I literally told him like, yo, you gotta go. Like, this ain't it. Fast forward sometime, I mean, we were hanging out. Yeah. The reference to that. We were definitely hanging out. But I found out he literally had a girl, guys. Like, I was just like, what? Like, guys, when I tell you, I kid you not, I was just so confused. And me, once I find that out, it's done. Like, I'm not about to home wreck. I'm not that type of person. And the people that tell you there's no home wrecking, if the house was already wrecked, that's a psychotic person. Sorry. I'm just saying, if you truly can sleep at night knowing that you do something with someone else's man, I have no respect for you, and I don't care about you. No, like, we're how old are we? We're not home wrecking, guys. This isn't the day and age. This isn't the time. So anyway, basically, he wasn't a big piece of my article because, like I said, it got chopped down like half. Flake is the first guy to talk about. Very inconsistent, very surprising, and till this day, I'm not really cool with Flake at all. Like, I got him followed on Instagram, and I feel like, to me, once somebody unfollows you on Instagram, it's deep. Like, I will never unfollow someone on Instagram unless I really dislike you. And even at that point, I will literally just mute you. This is the guy that, like, it's basically around, like, my article is surrounded by, because he taught me a lot. Every time I drink something, I start, like, burping inside. Like, that's disgusting. Oh, I call him Charm. These names are so corny, but it literally is literally what they do. Charm taught me actually a lot. 3 stages of hanging out is actually is actually named after Charm, because he, you know, taught me a lot. It was a point where me and Charm were like really close. Like, I thought me and Charm was really rocking together, and there was an incident one time where, like, some girl like looked at me crazy for like being with him. It was like a later night or something, because we were like leaving somewhere, and we were on this like public transportation thing, and she looked at me crazy, and I was just like, oh, like maybe he messes like with her friend or something. I wasn't really thinking anything of it. Come to find out, he was with her. And like I said, I'm not a homewrecker, so definitely left that guy alone. But before I found all of that out, I feel like it had been a good like month. And after that, keep in mind, guys, he would still try to contact me. He still tried. And I'm like, yo, you have a whole girl. And I would not want a girl knowing that I'm dating someone and then literally still try with like somebody. I just met you and you were older than me, which I thought was honestly weird that you like have a thing for all of these younger girls. But anyway, so that was that. Left that alone. But Charm did teach me a lot of things. Charm taught me that there's 3 stages to hanging out, you know? Like, at a point, I thought that we was talking, but he felt the need to break it down to me, as I quote from my thing. So the first stage is hanging out. And I said, in this phase, you get to know each other as friends and sometimes kiss. And like, I'm just like, you know, I don't really kiss my friends. So at that point, I knew he had me screwed up, because there's no way you're going to tell me we're just hanging out when we're kissing. And then the second stage is talking. What kind of stuff does that sound like, y'all? The second stage is what? Which was a bad excuse. And then the last stage was, I call it snatched, but he said dating. The last stage, I called it snatched because that's when people do know that you are taken. You are off the market and you are not seeing anyone else. And you know, a lot of my future relationships, I have judged it from this 3 stages. So these situations, both of them I write about, were very like affected me in school. I don't want you guys to think I'm like weak, like, oh my gosh, you're the guy, get to your head. Everybody has been there when it was really feeling somebody and they find out not who they was and everything. In college, it makes it way harder, because college, like, you guys, you are with this, you can choose to be with this person every day if you really want to. And one of them was living with me, like, in my dorm, and the other one, like, chose to, like, see me. So it's, like, really easy to get caught up in this fairy tale in something that's not true. Because it wasn't true. But what I can tell y'all is, if you ever get your heart broken and you ever find yourself in that situation, don't just cry, whine about it, guys. Do what I did. Take your best ability, mine was writing, and turn it into something. And then I got literally published by New York Times. I remember the day, was walking back to my dorm, going on my computer, saw I had an email, and then I was just like, oh, like, I wonder who this is. Bye. And I clicked on it, and it was like a weird name, like I had never seen before. So I was like, oh, like, it's by someone. I'm like, so who could this be? You know, everything. And then Come to find out, it was actually like an author publisher from New York Times. Like, guys, I was in contact with someone from New York Times. I can genuinely say I was in contact with someone from New York Times. Okay, that doesn't happen to every 18-year-old. How was I? I was 18 at the time. Yes. I was like, oh my gosh. And then I just kept reading more. Oh, I wish I had the email. Like, if I find it, I'll put it on the screen. But basically, like, she was in contact with me. She was saying how, like, they loved my piece and how they wanted to, like, feature it in their college campus column. And she's asking me, like, what school do I go to? What year do I graduate? Because, like, they needed to know I was only a freshman, honey. It was just so crazy to me when I got that email. I was like, I really was so vulnerable. So vulnerable. And I was just writing. And I get in those moods when I'm just typing. I'm just writing. There's no stopping me. And there was no stopping me in that instance because I had been played. I had been played, y'all. I'm not going to tell you, like, the rest. Just know both of them, they weren't on the market. Both of them was in something else and had no business messing with me. And I took it for what it was, and I took my distance and everything, and definitely did not mess with them like that. But I definitely can be cordial with you. But like I said, one of them I'm not even cool with to this day. And then the other one, you know, he tries here and there, and he needs to stop. College, you will get heartbroken. But like I said, baby girl's heart was not broken. I was injured. I was injured a little bit. But you will get it a little, you know, tugged at, a little beat up, a little bruised, a little battered. But like I said, don't sit at home, cry about it, talk to your friends about it, be so sad, be in bed, like, oh my gosh, he doesn't love me, don't love me. Girl, he probably don't love you. And that's okay. You know, like, y'all need to know y'all worth. But basically, be like me. You get your heart broken, tossed around, whatever. Go with your ability and grab that stuff back. Like, literally, I got heartbroken and I literally decided to write about it, and I got published by New York Times. How many of y'all can say you got published by New York Times when you were 18? I'll wait. But I just wanted the story time to be, if I drop my juice one more time, I just want this story time to be very real, natural, and just the thought out stuff. I don't want to put out anything with anyone, any names or anything. Okay, guys, so this is it. You up. This was the thing. College in the age of Tinder. And you see, like, New York Times. And we have 3 stages hanging out. And then we have Cachet, class of 2021. Okay, guys, so last clip I just showed you guys my thing that was published. But anyway, thank you so much for watching the video. I will be dropping some more videos, like a lot of them, so definitely stay tuned for that. And thank you so much for watching my first story time. Please make sure you guys subscribe, like, comment, and let me know, what do you guys do whenever you're feeling down about a guy, about a girl? Like, let me know, like, what do you guys do to get over it? Because you got to do something. But thanks again for watching the video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.